And she went to Allison like, where's my money? Allison said, bitch, what money? Hi guys, it's Jessica. Welcome and welcome back to the Not Carrie Bradshaw YouTube channel. In this video, we have to talk about how I am so stressed out about this episode of House of the Dragon. So, Rhaenyra and them are in the Red Keep. Her reign has begun, and she didn't know what she was really getting herself into. They got rats. They ain't got no money. She can't trust nobody. Corliss want her to fix his mistakes. And let's just say this, okay? Corliss, you had years to legitimize your bastard sons. Our good sis, Rhaenys, tried to tell you before she went on to glory, legitimize these children. You see shit look shaky around here. Both of our kids are dead. They don't know their gay son is just off in penthouse living life with his white lover, you know, like you do, like the rich black gays be doing. Go over there with your rich white lover, right? Legitimize these. We know these are yours. Legitimize them. You didn't listen to your wife before she went out in a literal blaze of glory. So now you want Rhaenyra to fix your mistakes? I don't fucking think so, buddy. I don't think that that's fair. Mind you, she didn't say no. She said not right now. We ain't got no money. Our home is overrun with rats. I can't sleep in my bed, so I gotta go sleep with my husband, uncle, because I can't sleep. What are we doing? We still don't know where the usurper is. People telling you to just say he did. You don't want to lie because you're trying to be honest. And she went to Allison like, where's my money? Allison said, bitch, what money? You fought so hard for this? Really, Allison set her up for the okie doke. Allison was like, bitch, if you want it, you got it. This is kind of like if a dude that you wanted, like, left you to be with somebody else, right? And then they circled the block after that didn't work out, or they was hitting you up while they were with that person. The best thing that lady could do is give you that man, because he gonna give you hell. Y'all remember that episode when Cardi B said that to that girl? That's what it is. Allison was like, take it. We don't want it. Because it's too much to manage, especially when you are surrounded by incompetence and people who don't listen, okay? Our girl, Rhaenyra, was fighting for her life, and much like every person with a uterus, got hit with a violent period right when she was fighting for her life. The way she was sitting on the throne like this, I said, oh, she has ass cramps. You know those cramps that you get that shoot up your butt? That's what was happening right there. And you sweating, and you just like, God, let this be over. And sometimes you gotta sit up a little bit for it to pass. Girl, then they try to bring her some ibuprofen. She didn't even want it. She was just like, ugh. And I was looking like, why she don't want to take the ibuprofen? But I was like, maybe there's milk up the poppy in there and she don't want to be high. Bitch, get high at this point. Then Damon is like, why do you just want King's Landing? Let me go run amok everywhere. Let me conquer the world for you. Because that's just what Damon like to do. Damon is in it for the thrill of the game. He just like to kill people and conquer lands. That must be where Daenerys got it from. Because she loved to conquer some shit. That is some Targaryen shit. And Rhaenyra is like, enough is enough. I don't need that much. And I'm going to tell you what shocked me a bit was Allison saying to her, your father lived in a world that he created. These men get to create their own world. They can make their own reality. Me and you ain't never been able to do that. So that tells me a couple of things. Allison might be a little bit more aware than we are. And Allison might be in the hierarchy of birds, right? You have the birds who are super, super submissive to patriarchy. And then you have the birds who, those are like pigeons, right? And then you have the birds that are somewhat like a cockatoo, something a little more tropical. Or you ever see those birds that look like a bad bitch, like they got makeup and stuff? You have those who recognize what patriarchy is, and they think that if they can just submit to it in these clever ways, it'll work out for them. They think that they're bigger than the program of patriarchy, and they end up getting shitted on. That's Allison. So it's like she's aware, but she's still gonna try to do what she can to submit to patriarchy because she thinks that if that doing that will save her and make things better. And it seems like she's coming around to realize, like, my own son tried to make out with me, so I don't even know what to do anymore. Okay. I absolutely love that Rhaenyra served those rich people rats. She said, if y'all gonna tell folks to eat cake, I'ma serve y'all rats. I loved it, I loved it, I loved it, but I'm very afraid because even though these are lesser nobles, they don't have as much power as some of the bigger houses. I'm still scared that this will come back to bite her in the ass. My hope is that if she does enough to support the people will rise up to support her. But we know that oppressed groups of people are typically so traumatized that they don't even realize there's more of us than it is of them. So if we just linked up together, we could, we could take this over. Does anybody hear what I'm saying? There's more of us than there are of them. If we could just link up together, we wouldn't all be suffering like this, but y'all not picking up what I'm putting down. Anyway, I am worried that that's going to come back to bite her in the ass. And I was really, really sad to see Adam when she knighted him as Hull. He looked so defeated. And again, it's not no, it's just not right now. And Corliss really pissed me off with that because it's like, now that you don't have nothing else to lose, now that your house is burned down, your wife is dead, your daughter's dead, you think that your gay son is dead, both your grandsons are dead. As if you don't have two legitimate granddaughters, just so fuck them. And I do not like how everybody's acting towards Bayla, as if it's her fault. She did what y'all told her to do, was submit to her husband. Bitches can't win in Westeros and here. Anyway, I don't like how they treating Bayla, but it's like, Corliss, you pushing so hard to legitimize these sons who you should have legitimized a long time ago, but you have two perfectly good granddaughters. You have one perfectly good granddaughter and one that is unhoused and confused and abandoned her post, and I'm worried about what's gonna happen to her too. God bless it. God bless it. The main thing that happened this episode, my God, Damon pulled up on Ormond, and it was a really cool scene. I'm gonna admit, that was a very cool scene. I loved it. He was standing there like a bad bitch with all of his flair, and he had the dragons behind him. I loved it. Y'all know I live for the dragons. And I was like, Ormond is giving up really quickly. And they would not, like, sometimes I have to zoom out a little bit. They would not pay James Norton to be on this show if he wasn't going to play a really big role. So I was like, this is too easy. Lo and behold, he done gave him a fake kid. He got him a fake kid. And it's like, well, wait a minute. If they could bleach hair, who else hair could have got bleached? But someone did make the point that Allison's trifling ass made Rhaenyra bring her kids when they was fresh out, so she could see that they didn't have Targaryen hair. But anyway, I actually thought that that kid was a girl. I was like, I feel like this is some Arya shit. Like, this isn't a boy. That's not a boy. And we know gender identity is a spectrum, but I was like, that's not even a boy. Anyway, I love that Allison was like, well, she was like, do you want to see your son? Rhaenyra went to Allison and was like, do you at least want to see your son before I send him to the wall? Because I don't want to kill him, but, this is my compromise. And Allison went in and was like, who the fuck is this? Who kid is this? That's not mine. I don't know him. I don't know her. Sorry to this man. Sorry to this boy or girl. And the fact that Rhaenyra was like, did he think I wouldn't find out? You almost didn't. You almost didn't. So I'm nervous about that. I'm curious about how they're going to bring our girl to her demise. I wish that she could, you know, live on, but we know it's coming. And shit's stressful, dog. This is why I say I don't desire to be a leader. There's too many problems. There's too much wrong for me to try to fix. This is why I admire my mayor. Mamdani is a leader. He is a public servant. He is getting out there and doing the things. I would never want to be responsible for this many people's well-being. I can't handle the pressure. I would never want to be a queen. I would never want to be a king. I don't even want to be a CEO. I just want to have enough money to be comfortable and live my life in peace. I do want to be able to buy some really nice things, don't get me wrong, but enough is enough, you know? So I'm terrified of where the season is going. We didn't even go to the haunted castle this episode, so we don't know what the hell is happening at Harrenhal with Alice Rivers and Eamon. I'm nervous about the whole thing, okay? Let me know what y'all think is going to happen. Let me know what y'all think of the season this far. Be sure to like and comment and subscribe and share and do all of the things. And I'll see you guys for the next episode. Peace.